how are you? Hope you all are fit and fine. I know you are busy in preparation of Diwali. Student, I suggest you that you will make your Diwali green and safe. And you know, Corona has not gone, so take care about this Corona also. Now we will start our chapter. Let's start. Plagiarism. It is a type of cheating that involves the use of another person's ideas, words, design, art, music, etc. as one's own in whole or in part without acknowledging the author or obtaining his or her permission. Means, if we create or developing something, an application on internet, then we become an absolute owner of our creation. It comes under intellectual property right. The copyright automatically goes to the creator. In case someone uses your creation and products as his own creation, then it is the violation of Copyrighting Act. This act of stealing others' information is punishable under Copyright Act. So we can say an act of copying others' creation and producing as own creation in same form or other is known as plagiarism. Here are some examples of plagiarism. Turning in someone else's work as your own. Means we can say others' work that we have created this. No, this is wrong. Copying large pieces of text from a source without citing that source. We don't know about that source, but we have copying the text from the others' documents. Taking passages from multiple sources, piecing them together and turning in the work as your own. This is also an example of plagiarism. The common type of plagiarism. There are many types of plagiarism. First is direct plagiarism. Direct plagiarism is the word for word transcriptions of a section of someone else's work. We have stealing someone's ideas word to word without attribution and without quotation marks. Self-plagiarism, mosaic plagiarism and accidental plagiarism. Self-plagiarism, we have taken others' ideas and we changes some words and we say that we have created this. This is self-plagiarism. Mosaic plagiarism, by unknowing other people, we can take their ideas and word to word we can take their ideas, but we have added some other words. This is known as mosaic. Now accidental plagiarism, we have write some ideas. We don't know that these ideas belonging to other persons, and accidental, these are the belongs to other person. This is known as accidental plagiarism. Now how to avoid plagiarism? Keep track of sources you consult in your research. Second point, paraphrases or quotes from your sources and add your own ideas. We will not try to take other ideas or quotes. Credit the original author in an in-text citation and references list. If we are taking others' ideas, just we will write and we will introduce that we have taken the ideas of these authors, and you will write the name of that authors there. Use a plagiarism checker before you submit. There are some plagiarism checkers also. If you are submitting your work, just use plagiarism checker. If there you have taken others' ideas, accidentally you have taken other ideas, you can know about the use of plagiarism checkers. Cyberbullying is bullying. Now next is cyberbullying. It is also a term of unethical practices. Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers and tablets. Cyberbullying can occur through SMS, text and apps, or online in social media, forum or gaming where people can view, participate in or share content. So we can say that the term bullying is unwanted or aggressive behavior shown by a person. The internet has added some features for the children adopting such behavior. Here, cyberbullying is the aggressive behavior shown through text messages, chatting or videos communication. This type of behavior is known as cyberbullying. The main source of cyberbullying can be seen on the social networking sites. These sites are basically created for instant communication among family members and friends. In today's world, they are unfortunately misused and leading into cyberbullying. Nowadays, we can see the case of Arnab, Sushant Singh Rajput. There are some persons using the aggressive words, unwanted words, they are showing unwanted behavior, aggressive behavior. This is also the part of cyberbullying. Now, here are 5 most common methods of cyberbullying. First is harassment. Harassment means we can harassing others people. Harassing someone is a common method of online bullying. This may occur when someone posting rumors, threats or embarrassing information on social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. This is known as harassment. Impersonation. A cyberbully may also impersonate another, causing problem in that person's life. Develop a screen name that is similar to the victim's screen name and then posting rude or hurtful remarks while pretending to be the victim. Now, inappropriate photographs. These are also using nowadays. Bullying may include the use of embarrassing or inappropriate images or photos, threatening to share embarrassing photos as a way of controlling or blackmailing the victim. Website creation. A bully may create a website, blogs, or pull to harass another person. Develop a website with information that is humiliating, embarrassing, or insulting for the victim. Video shaming. The use of videos may be used for online bullying, creating an incident that causes another person to become upset or emotional and then record the incident. This type of activity is often referred to as cyber biting. Teachers are a common target for cyber biting incident nowadays because most of the students making the videos of their teachers and they are using this video shaming, cyberbullying. Now, effects of cyberbullying. First effect is low self-esteem, withdrawal from family and spending a lot of time alone. The person who is using cyberbullying behavior, they will spending their lot of time alone. They will not involve other peoples. Reluctance to let parents or other family members anywhere near their mobiles, laptop, etc. Finding excuses to stay away from school or work, including school refusal. They will not go to school. They will not want to go to school, and they are giving excuses to go to schools. Friends disappearing or being excluded from social events. Losing weight or changing appearance to try and fit in. Fresh marks on the skin that could indicate self-harm and dressing differently, such as wearing long sleeves clothes in the summer to hide any marks. A change in personality, that is anger, they become angry, depressions, crying, withdraw, this type of. Behaving rudely with the parents, bunking classes during school periods. It affects determination in academic performance. It promotes unnecessarily quarreling with friends and classmates. It also affects in health deterioration. It lessens one's self-confidence. Means it lost the self-confidence of that person also. Now, what can you do support someone who is being bullied online? How can we support and how can we help? Reinforce that no one deserves to be treated in this way and that they have done nothing wrong. Just try to believe them that nobody will do wrong with you. Ensure that know that there is help available to them. Encourage them to talk to a teacher that they trust so they feel they have somewhere safe at school to go to. Encourage them to talk to their parents, carers, and if this is not possible, to write a letter or speak to another family members. Just disclose your this type of bullied with your family members also. Take screenshot of the cyberbullying so that they have proof this is happening. Report all abuse to the relevant social media networks by clicking on the report abuse buttons. Keep a diary so that they have somewhere safe and private to write down their innermost thoughts and feelings, which will help to avoid feelings bottling up. Give praise for being so brave and talking things through, which will hopefully empower them to take responsibility and get help. Means empower them that you and help them to improve their personality, to improve their self-confidence and their hopes. Sending abuse by email or posting it into a web board can be harassment, and if this has happened, make a complaint to the police who can trace IP addresses, etc. Ask the school if they have a school licensed police officer that can help in this situation and talk to the school about the dangers and effects. Now next is hacking. The term hackers originally means the act of acquiring great skills and knowledge of computer system. Therefore, hacking can be defined as unauthorized use of computer and network resources. Unfortunately, these skills are applied in illegal activities like breaking passwords, releasing viruses to corrupt the computer system, or stealing valuable data and information. In fact, it is a technique by which some computer experts can access the data from confidential area of the system. So, hacking is an attempt to exploit some computer system or a private network inside a computer. Simply put, it is the unauthorized access to or control over computer network security system for some illicit purpose. First is mobile phone hackers. Use a variety of methods to access an individual's mobile phone and intercept voicemails, phone calls, text messages, and even the phone's microphones and camera, all without their user's permission or even knowledge. First is steal, leak information. One of the most common reasons for hackers to hack is to steal or leak information. This could be data and information about your customers, your internal employees, or even private data specific to your businesses. These are cases where hackers typically go after big targets in order to get the most attention. Disrupt services. Hackers just love to take something down and then also leave a statement on the website. More on that later. But hackers have successfully taken down many services by creating bots that overwhelm a server that with traffic, thus leading to a crash. Make a point. The hackers who fall into this category are very interesting. They don't care about money or data. They seem to feel that they have a higher purpose in life. They want to steal information or disrupt your network in order to make a point. Money. This is what everyone usually fears about. We have seen many businesses reach out to us at the stage when they have already been hacked and a hacker is demanding money. Means they will hack their businesses and they demanding money and they blackmailing them. If they will pay money, then they will not take anything. Driven by purpose. They have some purposes. Hacktivism, idealism, political motives. Many hackers are also driven by a specific purpose. Sometimes this comes out only when they get caught. Some of them aim to be idealistic and take it upon themselves to expose injustice. Some have political motives, some simple target and the government and so on. Now categories of hackers. First I am telling who is the hacker. The people who are involved in this crime are called, the people who are involved in the crime of hacking is known as hackers. Sometimes they also merge wrong information, viruses or corrupt data and thus make computer system a failure. Categories of hackers. There are three types of hackers. Hackers can be placed into three categories. White hat hackers. A group of dedicated to teach civilized white hats seek to find vulnerabilities without having any malicious intent. These hackers are usually web developers. They have the ability to make a website. They are the web developers or people who work in website security or coding. Their goal is to improve website security for all users or coders working in an open source environment. These are known as the white hat hackers. Next is black hat hackers. Opposite of white hat hackers, this group has full intention of exploiting website. Personal gain is the name of the game for these cyber criminals. Black hat hackers usually have automation tools and processes to help them hack and profit from as many websites as possible. Now next is hacktivists. Those who hack websites because they believe they have something to prove or expose to the world are called hacktivists. Their goal is to gain unauthorized access to websites in order to bring awareness to political or social issues. These acts vary in extremes from cyber terrorism to message for social change. They want to social change. They are the good hackers, hacktivists. Now I am telling you reasons of hacking. Reasons of hacking are: it may be taken as a challenge and avail the service provided by the system without being acknowledged. They take the challenge that they can do, so that they are using their skills in this type of activity. People think that it is a part of excitement in the field of computer crime. Some people are mentally sick and want to apply their intelligence in anti-social activities. They cannot judge themselves for the consequences. People want to make destructive work as a tool for gaining knowledge and doing experiments. Now exercises. First we will do objective question, true or false. It is advised to view an age appropriate website. Yes, this is true, because if the website are related to child, that child will see. If the under 18 under 18 will see. The people who are involved in the cyber crime are called hackers. Yes, this is true. Always share your password among your friends. No, this is very dangerous. So this is false. It is advised to comment on any social networking site. No, we cannot comment on any social networking site. This is a crime nowadays. So this is false. You can always open mail from unknown source. No, this is false, and this unknown source creating viruses in your system, and they can take your data also. Don't try to download unknown software and email attachment that may contain viruses. Yes, this is true. You can always use strong antivirus software in your computer system. This is also true. Cyberbullying shows rude behavior with the parents. Yes, this is true. Provide strong password to a system so that it cannot be cracked to so easily. Yes, this is also true. Firewall is defined as a network security device that allows or rejects network access between the internet and private network. Yes, this is also true. Now fill in the blanks. Ethics is a set of moral values which regulates the use of computers. The process of making duplicate copy of original software illegally is known as software piracy. Unwanted email are called spam. A program which may corrupt the file document in your computer system is known as virus. Intellectual property means ownership of ideas created by using skills and mental ability of the person. Cyberbullying, the aggressive behavior shown through text messages, chatting or video communication. It is advised to have antivirus software to protect system from viruses. Phishing is a new kind of cybercrime and method of committing online financial fraud. Firewall defined a network security device that allows or rejects network access between an untrusted zone and a trusted zone. Password can be used to protect any document on the internet. Now you will do this work in your computer notebook. Complete your work on time. Happy Diwali. Thank you.